plays the lost chord that pulverizes the pterodactyl's tiny brains and sends them crashing and gibbering into an arroyo. And I say, wouldn't this be a good time for a piece of rhubarb pie? And we sing, one little thing can revive a guy, and that is a piece of rhubarb pie. Serve it up, nice and hot. Maybe things aren't as bad as you thought. At the table sits Janice or Catherine or Jennifer, who has the cell phone that Sam or Kate or Deb will call if there is a crisis. If they called me about a crisis, then they'd have two crises. I sit at a table so I can write on a laptop, but the show is written. The Guy Noir sketch, the commercials, the news from Lake Wobegon about the pontoon boat with the 24 Lutheran pastors, the canceled wedding of the veterinary aromatherapist, the boy on the parasail who intends to drop Aunt Evelyn's ashes in the lake when the boat towing him swerves to avoid the giant duck decoy, and he is towed at high speed underwater, which tears his swim trunks off. Then naked he rises on a collision course with a hot air balloon. The bus is home. Everyone has a space. You can sit up front and listen to musicians reminisce and rag on each other, or you can lie in your bunk and think your thoughts. The first show is the hardest. It's a long drive to Appleton, then sound check and show, then breakdown, then drive to Grand Rapids and arrive at 4 a.m., a long day, and then we get into rhythm. Cedar Rapids, Sioux Falls, Lincoln, Denver, Aspen, Spokane, Seattle, Portland, and on we go. The bus pulls into a town around 4 or 5 a.m., and you stumble out of your bunk and into a hotel room and sleep and have lunch and head to the venue mid-afternoon, and each show is mostly the same as the night before. You walk out and you sing Tishomingo Blues. Oh, hear that old piano from down the avenue. I smell the roses, I look around for you, my sweet old someone coming through that door. Another day and the band is playing, honey, could we ask for more? And the show ends with the crowd singing Can't Help Falling in Love with You and Auld Lang Syne and Good Night Ladies and whatever else comes to mind, and they go home happy, and the bus is sociable, and there's beer and tacos and ice cream bars. You belong to a family engaged in a daring enterprise, and you're on the road, and all your troubles are behind you. Sometimes, late at night, I imagine climbing on the bus at Tanglewood, past the band guys noodling and jamming and the game of hearts, and I lie in the back bottom bunk, and we pull away headed for Chautauqua near Jamestown, New York, and I fall asleep and wake up in Minneapolis, and it's years later. I was not meant to ride around on a bus and do shows. I grew up Plymouth Brethren, who shunned entertainment, Jesus being all-sufficient for our needs and the rapture imminent. The Brethren originated in Plymouth, England. It had nothing to do with the automobile. We were Ford people. God knew where to find us on the upper Mississippi River, smack dab in the middle of North America, in Minnesota, the icebox state, so narcissism was not available. I was a flatlander. Like everyone else, we bathed once a week, accepting that we were mammals and didn't need to smell like vegetation. By the age of 3, I could spell MISSISSIPPI, one hard word I will always get right, and that started me down the road to writing. I had 18 aunts.